All eyes tomorrow in the World Cup cricket will be on Team India, which takes on Bangladesh in the quarterfinals clash at the Melbourne cricket ground. That's the big match that's going to take place tomorrow. Team India undefeated in the World Cup versus Bangladesh, who are hoping to make a big impact in this tournament. India expected to have an unchanged side. Bangladesh receiving a boost as their captain Mashrafe Mortaza is now set to play. The match starts tomorrow 9 AM on Thursday. Okay.
When you're playing quarterfinal, it's very important. All the matches gonna be in pressure situation. We need to just go there and play into what we have in the dressing room. We can't just think what they have. We have played a lot of matches against them. We just need to play positive cricket. Need to do proper process in bowling, batting, and fielding. And I think whoever do well in knockout stages definitely is the team going to win the World Cup. So I think it's gonna start. Main World Cup gonna start tomorrow for us.
Our focus is to playing all-out good cricket. I mean, we're the team, we can't change one or two players, can't change the whole game. So we're the team, as a fielding, as a batting group, as a bowling group, as even once we fielded, once we all doing good in together, we do well. So we are focusing on everywhere, basically, not just on particular area.
Big question, of course, who's going to win the big game? So what we decided is we'd bring Saurav Ganguly from this side of the river Padma versus Aminul Islam from that side of the river Padma. That's right, the Indo-Bangla divide is on our program. Saurav Ganguly, Aminul Islam. And while both of you there in Melbourne could perhaps share a few rasgullas with each other, Saurav Ganguly, tell us the big question. Can I say that this is the closest to a cakewalk that India will get in a World Cup quarter-final, Saurav?
I wouldn't use the word cakewalk, Rajdeep, but I think it's a comparatively easy game. If I was MS Dhoni, I would have been more happier playing Bangladesh rather than England in a quarter-final game. At the end of the day, it's still a game between two teams, but India is a lot favourite than Bangladesh, a lot stronger side than Bangladesh, and I really don't see Bangladesh getting past India tomorrow.
Okay, you don't see Bangladesh getting past India. There you have it, Aminul Islam. Your fellow Bengali from across from Kolkata is saying India almost certain to win. You accept that you have very little chance, that this is really, India is firm favourites?
I don't agree in a sense that Bangladesh is playing very good cricket in a flow. The way they played against England and New Zealand, I have a hope that they will give a good fight to India. On the other hand, India is a very experienced side. At the same time, they had been through this type of situation many times, and also they are current world champions. So at the same time, I don't say that Bangladesh will lose the match straight away, but they will give a good fight, and there are some match winners. You never know, and there's a ball of 300 balls. There's a game of 300 balls game, and whoever play better, they will win. And Bangladesh has a strong chance the way they are playing cricket from last 2 weeks.
Sort of somewhere, of course, there is history. We beat Bangladesh comprehensively in 2011, but we lost to them in 2007, and you were in that team in that World Cup. And Bangladesh has played some decent cricket. So do we run the danger of being a little complacent perhaps sometimes when we play Bangladesh?
See, at the end of the day, a game has to be played. I don't think there's something which India should be scared at all, the way India has played in their last 6 games in this World Cup. But I think this is the best Bangladesh side to be in a World Cup, especially their bowling. The bowling has been top class right throughout this World Cup, and they will come hard at India because they've got bowlers who bowl in the higher 140s, which have not seen much in a Bangladesh team consistently over a period. But I still feel, in spite of everything, India is a lot better side than Bangladesh.
India a lot better side. Now, of course, Aminul Islam, 2007, many believe that could inspire you all tomorrow. Will it give the team some hope? Or will there be simply nervousness in Bangladesh, because in the Bangladesh camp, because this is as big as it gets for them?
That was 2007, long time ago, and tomorrow is a fresh day. And at the same time, I believe and I trust that it is a neutral venue, but India has been here for some time. They are much more used to with the condition, and it will be a very tough job for Bangladesh. And a tournament like this, where in a knockout stage, I hope Bangladesh will keep their mental part, which has to be very strong tomorrow. Otherwise, Bangladesh will be in trouble.
Let me ask you, Saurabh, would it be fair to say that this particular Indian team at the moment is now brimming with self-confidence, with self-belief, and therefore, as you're saying, no reason to fear anyone, not just Bangladesh, but any team, that we are today now at a sweet spot in this World Cup at the moment?
No, I don't think so. I will not go that far. But I think India is a side capable of beating anyone, whether it's Australia, whether it's Bangladesh or South Africa. We've seen how the way they played against South Africa in the qualifying games and went past them convincingly. So they are a side which is capable of beating anyone. You look how South Africa dominated Sri Lanka today. On that particular day, anybody is capable of beating that side. But in terms of ability and in terms of firepower, to do it consistently, you need to have, both the sides need to match. And to be honest, in terms of the firepower and ability, Bangladesh at this present moment is much lesser than India.
You know, Saurabh, you seem reasonably confident of an Indian victory, but there is this question also of the pitches, the drop-in pitches. We saw today spin playing a big role. Imran Tahir and JP Dumini of all players destroying Sri Lanka with spin. Now, is spin going to be a winner for us, not just in this game against Bangladesh, possibly even as a semi-final that could be against Australia? Are we seeing a World Cup where spin could win us this tournament?
See, these drop-in pitches in Australia and New Zealand have been there for a while. It's not the first time. MCG has a drop-in pitch since the time I was playing. In 1999, when I first came to Australia, they were drop-in pitches. You know, drop-in pitches depend on how they are prepared. If you leave grass on it, they'll seam. If you leave it dry, it's going to turn. That's how all pitches are. So I don't think drop-in pitches are the only reason for the wickets to turn. It's the end of the season in Australia. And Sydney and Adelaide, these two venues have the history of spin. It will depend on how Australia prepare. But looking at the way Sri Lanka and South Africa played, looking at the way the South African spinners have bowled, I think Indian spinners will be happy to go into Sydney and play whoever. It could be Pakistan, it could be Australia, although Australia are a lot stronger side than Pakistan at the moment. You also have to wait in the morning of the game to see how the pitch is, because Australia is a home team and they will try and make the most of the home conditions in a World Cup semi-final.
Let me ask you then, just on tomorrow's match, Saurabh, and I know you have a soft spot sometimes for Bangladesh, but would I be right in saying 95% India wins, just a 5% off chance of a Bangladesh victory?
No, I am with you on that actually. Some of them are giving Bangladesh a bit more chance, a bit more percentage, but I think I am with you on that, and I think India is a far, far superior team.
There, Aminul Islam. Saurabh Ganguly, your old friend, is saying 95% chance India will win, just 5% for Bangladesh. You going to agree with that tonight?
With India's recent performance, winning all the matches and experience, I give 50% for that. And the cricket Bangladesh playing recently, I give 50% for that. So I think it's a 50-50 match.
It's a 50-50 match. But Saurabh, gap too wide, right? Gap too wide. Is there anything that the Bangladeshis can hope for? A Mahmudullah scoring another 100, Rubel bowling well. Is the gap between these two teams simply too wide in your view now?
See, on that particular day, anything is possible. That's why we give Bangladesh a chance, but a much lesser chance than India. I really doubt. The only way Bangladesh can compete, there's forecast of rain in Melbourne tomorrow. If the match gets shorter, if it becomes a 20 over a side, 25 over a side, then Bangladesh might just come into play, because with the rain there will be a bit of moisture, there will be some movement on the pitch, and then Bangladesh can come into play. Otherwise, the longer the game, the more the difference between the sides are apparent.
Okay, Saurabh Ganguly, Aminul Islam, we hope that you celebrate with Rasagullas, and it's Kolkata which is celebrating and not Dhaka come tomorrow this time. Appreciate your joining us. 95-5 is Saurabh Ganguly predicting an Indian win.